It's a quiet Thursday night in downtown Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. People are enjoying a night out in the historic downtown shops, restaurants, and museums. CSX L135, a local based out of Hanover, creeps through the town going west. Tonight's train is powered by GP 40-3 6512 and ES 40 DC 5307. This train used to pass through the town in the mid-morning hours, running to Hagerstown, Maryland. At the start of 2023, however, the times were changed and L135 would be an evening to night run, only running to Gettysburg before turning back towards Hanover, while L137, the local based out of Hagerstown, would run in the morning. L135 heads back east towards Hanover, Pennsylvania. This is the historic Gettysburg train station. Built in 1858 by the Western Maryland Railway, this is the very station that Abraham Lincoln arrived at over 100 years ago to deliver one of the most famous speeches in American history, the Gettysburg Address. Today, no trains stop here. The last passenger train to stop at this station was on December 31, 1942. Since then, there has been no passenger service on this line. Tomorrow, we'll chase local L137 from Hagerstown, Maryland to New Oxford, Pennsylvania on the CSX Hanover Subdivision. It's a cool Friday morning in Hagerstown, Maryland. CSX local L137 builds their train in the Hagerstown yard before leaving for their eastbound run to Hanover. L137 rounds the corner outside of Hagerstown with CSX 488, a General Electric CW44AC leading the charge. We catch the train in Fort Ritchie, Maryland. The American flag flies at half-staff along with the Maryland state flag, as well as the POW MIA flag. L137 and L135 run on CSX's Hanover Subdivision, nicknamed the Dutch Line, or its less eloquent name, the Tapeworm. This line began as a bunch of small separate railroads that were eventually merged into the Western Maryland. Compared to many American rail lines, the Hanover Subdivision is very old, with the oldest sections dating back to the 1850s. After crossing into Pennsylvania, we're at the historic Railroad Cut in Gettysburg, just west of town. At 10 o'clock a.m. on July 1st, 1863, the first day of the Battle of Gettysburg, 3 Union regiments deployed north of the railroad cut and 2 regiments south of the Chambersburg Pike. 1 regiment deployed between the railroad cut and the pike. Minutes later, the right wing of the brigades was attacked by 3 Confederate regiments. The Confederates had an advantage in numbers over the Union regiments, and they were able to overlap the Union's right flank. The Union regiments retreated, and the 3 Confederate regiments moved to the cut with half of the brigade jumping in to use it as a trench, while the other half stood on the northern ridge. A force was organized to recapture the cut using 3 regiments. The regiments formed south of the Chambersburg Pike and advanced north. As the Union forces closed in on the Confederate brigade, 1 Union regiment moved across the eastern end of the railroad to the northern edge of the cut, enfilading the Confederates. About 300 Confederates surrendered while the remainder retreated west out of the cut. After passing the railroad cut, L137 can be seen working the Gettysburg and Northern Interchange. After they're done, they'll continue east towards Hanover. L137 rounds the curve in New Oxford. This is where our chase of them would end. On the evening of July 24, 1863, the 26th Pennsylvania Emergency Militia passed through New Oxford on a train headed to Gettysburg. The train derailed after striking a cow 3 miles west of the town. The regiment went into camp near Swift Run until the 26th, when they would be transported into Gettysburg. Later, we'll chase the L135 back into Gettysburg. Later in the evening, we set up for the L135 at the old New Oxford station. The station was built in 1892 by the Western Maryland Railway. While it doesn't see passenger service, it's preserved as a museum. We see the train heading back east towards Hanover. This would be the end of our trip to the historic Dutch line. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe to South Jersey Railfan.